got? Actually, soliciting ride, if I was on the interstate, yes, it would be. If I'm on the roadway, as in the directly in the lane of traffic, yes, it would be. But the lane of traffic is defined as like the actual lane that you're driving. You can stand on the shoulder, you can stand on the like the bank next to the road. Anything but directly in the lane of traffic is fine, unless you're on the interstate or a national park. Alright. Anyone recommend what to get at Popeyes? I've never eaten at Popeyes before. Hey.
Is it for here to go?
I'll grab it for here. I'm just gonna need 1 minute if I could.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. General consensus, chicken, 5-piece tender box.
Yeah.
They're pricey though, man. Oh well. I'm here. I'm getting Popeyes, so. Biscuits are amazing. I'm pretty hungry, so I'm just gonna spend like $10 on fucking Popeyes. It's not ideal. This is usually not how I eat, but still got bread and a Snickers. I got a Snickers bar right here. Emergency Snickers. Yeah, just tell them food. Hey, can I grab 5-piece tenders? What's the difference between a platter and a combo?
The combo comes with one side and a small drink, and then the platter is a medium drink and 2 sides.
Okay. Just get the combo.
Okay, is it for here to go?
For here, please.
Is this spicy or mild?
How spicy is your spicy? I know that's subjective, but
Yeah. Well, it's not that spicy.
Okay, then I'll go spicy.
Okay. You wanted the 5-piece tender, right?
5-piece, yeah.
How many pieces though?
And your side?
Check.
Those over.
There, okay. Our biscuit, do they count? Biscuits?
Yeah, you can get another biscuit.
Okay. Oh, it already comes with a
Yeah,
biscuit?
it already comes with one.
Okay. Sorry.
It's alright.
I've never been to Popeyes before. Let's try Cajun fries.
Fries?
Yeah, Cajun fries.
Yeah. And for your sauce, the sauces are right here.
Okay. Again, subjective. Do you have a favorite sauce?
Ranch?
Ranch? Alright. Well, there's different kinds of ranch.
The blackened ranch?
Blackened ranch?
Regular
Okay.
Buttermilk ranch.
Okay. I'll try the blackened ranch. Sure. That's everything.
Alright. Your total's 11.11.
Hot rice.
Sign that, please.
Okay, thank you. Or sign it?
Yeah.
Alright. Sorry. It's attacking you with the pen. This is a small?
Yes.
These are big.
Yeah.
In Canada.
Those are yours.
Oh, thank you.
Hot fish and shrimp.
It's small. It's pretty big. They really do have great chicken? Well, you know, they better. I'm trusting you guys on this. Ooh, look at that. I got an outlet. Ain't that fancy. I'll probably plug in for a bit. Oh. What happened? Did something happen? Oh. Sleeping bag. Donated $10. You paid for my dinner. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't notice that when I was getting my food, but thank you. Lemonade. Hawaiian Punch, Dr. Pepper, Fanta, maybe some Fanta. Fanta. You know what, you're probably right, Turbo Teabag. I probably could have picked somewhere better. It was just the first place I saw, and I'm hungry. So for $10 I can get a decent actual meal, I guess you'd call it. So.
197.
Is that me? Okay.
186.
Thank you. Alright, we have food, we can do our recap now. So what do you guys think of, what, River and Joseph? Is that it? Wash your chicken fingers? Shit, you guys are right. You guys are very right. I should do that. You guys are very right. I'm bringing this with me because, I don't really want to leave this around, but double soaping this guy. We're double soaping. I felt like that was a double sub kind of moment. Alright, we're back. I seem to have a few screws loose. That's probably true. I forgot to grab a straw. 1 second. 1 second, I'll be back. We're back. Alright. Sorry. They were kind enough to give you a ride and friendly. Had a few screws loose. I would agree, but I could tell pretty quickly that they had no bad intentions. So I don't know if you could tell, but they were telling me these crazy things, and I just asked continuation questions, just so they delve deeper into this, because for both me and you, it's interesting to hear. So yeah, I agree. Weird guys, but I don't think they cause anyone any harm at any time. I just believe in some weird things. But there's nothing wrong with that, I think. That's some pretty good. That's pretty good chicken. All right. Oddest ride I've seen you in so far. It's the oddest ride on this trip, guaranteed, 100%. This ranch sauce too. We'll have to like. I need to look back at the VODs and like recap some of the stuff they said because like as they were just saying so much. Like my brain couldn't keep up with how much stuff they were saying. Just about so much different things. I didn't give them my card, kind of on purpose, because you guys were. I don't think they'd like it if they saw back at this VOD and saw the stuff that you guys were saying. So I just went for the picture and left it there. So hope you don't mind that. Like them? As a boy? Yeah, I thought they were solid, man. But strange, but like in a good way. You got so confused, so did I. I didn't understand what they were saying, but I just asked them continuation questions. Just, that's interesting, tell me more, that kind of thing. So. Ranch is pretty good too. Like, even though it's not cheap by any, like, you can't call this cheap at all, this is expensive. It's pretty good. Strange in a good way, what a Canadian way to put it. Here you go. I don't mind like the strange people out there, the weird people. Makes them unique. And it makes for an interesting ride for both me and if I'm live streaming like on this trip I am for you guys too. So I hope you enjoyed that. Actually all the rides today were great. Alex was a great guy. Drove me to Moss, whatever. Drexel with $5. Thanks, man. I can't read what it says because overlays and stuff, but how much was dinner? We already had Sleeping Bear donate dinner, so now I've made $5. I can't make money hitchhiking. That doesn't happen. But I really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll spend $5 on something else to treat myself. Yeah, things escalated quickly. I don't remember what the conversation started on, and then all of a sudden, aliens. Where's that like that meme with like the ancient aliens dude, and he's like aliens. Yeah, that kind of. We just went full into aliens, and he's like, I've been abducted several times. Yeah. Yeah. Welcome to the stream. If you're new here, this is my channel Hitch Live. This is the program Hitchhiking America, where I'm hitchhiking around America, showing people what the experience of hitchhiking is like. We've been picked up 30 times on the trip now, and I've had a great time doing it. You'll see a very wide range of different types of people, from our last ride with Joseph and River, where they're nice, they're just like, they're out there, to people like Alex earlier today, our first ride of the day. Just normal guy who works as like a counselor. He actually came back and he's part of our little community now. Yeah, Bubba picked me up. Bubba and chat picked me up too, in Oregon. So that's kind of what we do here. We hitchhike. I show you guys what it's like. I've done it for 4 years in 25 countries. Been picked up 700 times, and I've had a great time doing it. And I want to show people what it's like. So everyone's been watching and enjoying it and following, stuff like that. Thanks for watching. Honestly, the ride you just saw is probably what you think of when you think of hitchhiking. That's not what you get most of the time, but that's something I'm still comfortable with. You just have to kind of feel it out and go with your gut. And I've hitchhiked enough where I trust my gut pretty well. So I don't have a problem riding with people like that. They meant me no harm. They mean no one no harm. They just have interesting thoughts about things. Oh, and Marcos, of course. If you go to my Instagram, you'll see Marcos just killing it on the box, like percussion box thing. So we have some really cool rides. I try to post pictures of the different people that pick me up on my Instagram below, so you can kind of see. If you don't have time to watch the stream all the time, you can see the different types of people that will pick up the hitchhiker on the side of the road. Because it's a wide range of people, from people like that. We had 2 girls pick me up 5 days ago now and like drive me 30 miles south. We hung out, they bought me dinner, we skipped some rocks, they drove me back 30 miles north to where we started and then let me stay in their Airbnb for the night. Like, you'll see it all. You meet all different kinds of people. My first day on this trip, I got my second ride that picked me up. We lost connection on the stream, so that wasn't live streamed. But he offered me a place to stay in their just like mobile home thing, and we went out and shot some guns on a bluff. I've never shot a gun in my life, you know, Canadian and all. But I shot a pistol, I shot a rifle. I thought that was a hilarious way to start hitchhiking America. Welcome to America. Let's shoot some guns. I know I'm talking too much. I'm not eating. Yeah, we're day 14 and we have 87 viewers right now. That's crazy. Thanks everyone for watching. But I'll be hitchhiking most days, so if the content you saw or just now finding today was interesting to you, I hitchhike most days. Like, I can't do it every day. I take days off. It is tiring. At the end of the day, after a full day of hitchhiking, I'm exhausted, but in a good way. Like, I walked a bunch that day. You're in and out of cars, talking to different people, introducing yourself. It's just mentally active and physically active. So, Jesus, they really cranked the lights up. Yeah, we should have affiliate stuff go through. It's been in limbo for over a week. We reached the requirements for affiliate on, I think, day 7, and now it's 14, so yeah, it's been a week. It was really awkward at first. The past ride. Yeah, I agree. They're just interesting guys. Alright, see ya, Daniel T. I would go to them. I had a great one. Do we get to see the cities you're in? Sometimes, like 2 days ago I did a San Francisco stream. I walked around San Francisco. There'll be a VOD of that above as well. We had some technical difficulties later in the day, but we had a solid start of the stream. We walked across the Golden Gate Bridge and back. Did a lot of walking. It's 4 a.m. here, so you're off. Great stream. You'll be back next stream. Awesome. Hope to see you back. Thanks, Gas. Where are you going to visit? I don't have a strict route plan. I do this for fun. If I wasn't live streaming this, I'd be hitchhiking anyway. I'd just be doing it without you guys watching. And a lot of time I don't have a destination. Like I've said on this trip, I'm going to hitchhike until I run out of money or I no longer enjoy it, because I don't want to do anything in my life that I do not enjoy. So that's my 2 limiting factors. So we'll see. Let's see if you can get another legit IRL stream with CJ Ride and to raid and host you sometime. His viewers would love your content. Yeah, that'd be cool. Anyone that would be interested in this content, I'd love to have in this channel. I think hitchhiking is a really kind of a unique experience. It's a really interesting way of traveling. And I feel like it's quite different from what people make it out to be on a day-to-day basis. Like, it's not a comfortable way of traveling, but it can be a really rewarding way of traveling. You meet a lot of people from all walks of life, and that's something I really like about it. It makes getting from point A to point B its own adventure. You're not just getting there, the process of getting there is kind of the journey, or like what I'm looking to get out of it. Started a trip in Washington in California. Went through Oregon. Yep. Holy. Watsonville. Wait. Alex? From Alex. Keep up the good. Thank you. Watsonville is Alex from earlier today. He's the ride member one of the day. I really appreciate the donation, Watson. Or Watsonville, Alex. Like $10 is like my daily cost, so you just paid for a whole day of my life. That's really cool. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I went through Oregon. Oregon was beautiful. Washington, Oregon, it rained on me every day. My first 9 days of Hitch Live, Hitchhiking America, was a story of rain. It was wet. Also network problems. So it was wet and the stream wasn't reliable. The stream still isn't that reliable, but today it was actually okay with a few hiccups here and there. Gotta go to bed. Marley's, enjoy your meal and have good sleep. Will, still not sure where I'm sleeping, but I'm sure I'll have a good sleep. I'll be tired once I finish up here. What other destinations ahead? Well, we're continuing to head south through California until I decide to no longer head south, and then I'll head east and through like Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, probably until I run out of east, as in I hit the Atlantic seaboard, and then I'll go up north from there, I'm guessing. That's not a strict plan, that's just to me, the logical progression of destinations. This is Hitchhiking America right now, so we're sticking to America for the time being. There's a whole lot to see in this country, so I can be doing this for a little while and not run out of places to go. I'm probably falling behind on chat. I'm trying to eat, chat, do other things, so. How much money do you have saved to travel with? On this trip? I don't know, I have like $4 set aside or something like that. So finances aren't that much of a problem. I save up for my trips. And I like to keep a safety net as well. That's part of my risk management. If anything gets really bad at any point in any time, I want to have money set aside where I can, bail myself out financially, buy a flight home, get yourself out of a situation by just throwing money at the problem, that kind of thing. So I have to look out for myself. So I try to have the money. Like sometimes problems can just be solved with money. So Popeyes looks fire. It is pretty fire. I've never had Popeyes in my life. They don't have them in Canada. At least I don't think they do. I haven't seen any. Fast Forward X, anyone stopped to pick you up and you didn't get in because you thought it would be unsafe? Yes, and actually on day one of Hitchhiking America, potentially ride 2, we had that exact scenario. So truck pulls over, I open the door. One of my rules is I talk to drivers before I get into their car. So I open the door, so I say, hey, how's your day going? And he just looks at me and is like, do you want to ride or not? Based off of that, like, I can tell he's not going to be a friendly guy. I don't even know why he pulled over. So we said a few things, but at the end of it, I said something along the lines of, based off how this interaction has gone, I'm going to wait for another ride. Thanks for stopping. Shut the door. He, glared at me and drove off. That's one of the rules, and that's why the rule's there. You can usually tell instantly if someone is someone you wouldn't want to be in the vehicle with, when you just ask them a very basic question, like, hey, how's your day going? Whereabouts you headed to? Just ask a couple questions before you get in the car, and you can usually tell pretty quickly what the type of person they're like. You gotta trust your gut, but that's what I'd recommend. Were you trying to hold back your laughter? Yes, I was. You probably noticed at times. I just tried to when I turned back to talk to Joseph or something like that, because I didn't want to be staring at him smiling all weirdly while he's telling me the stuff that he's very serious about. Live in Oregon, and yeah, it rains. Yeah, I'm from Vancouver Island. It rains a lot there too. I better be used to rain. It was just annoying because of the electronics and stuff like that too. Electronics and rain don't work very well. Was stifling some serious laughter at some of my tears. I think I remember seeing some of the stuff you read, and I was like, yeah. I really like having chat here. for both when I'm in the vehicle, but also like there's a lot of downtime with hitchhiking, whether I'm walking to find a hitchhiking spot, walking out of town, or I'm actually standing there hitchhiking. It's nice to have you guys here to kind of have someone to talk to, answer questions. Because as far as like hitchhiking and like just low-cost travel in general, I do have a decent amount of information stored in there, kind of. So I'm a pretty open book as far as that goes. Do you take rides from followers? I haven't had any follower rides yet. I figured it would happen at some point, but it hasn't happened yet. I'm not opposed to it. I have a Popeyes in London, Ontario. Okay. Well, we have Popeyes in Canada, but I've never been. Hey, Shammy. Shamay. I still don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce your name, but you're a regular. Gotta make it to Ohio and try some Skyline. I don't know what that means, but Ohio sounds nice. Go watch the VOD for 2.5 hours? Yeah, we just had a really interesting ride, so you might want to check that out. We heard about all the conspiracy theories and chakras stuff, and chemtrails, vampires, lots of things. I'm gonna have to watch the VOD too. Everyone has to watch the VOD because I don't even know what fucking happened, so. Is your camera set up? This is just an old phone. This is an LG G4. It's like from 2015, so it's several generations old. I have a wide-angle lens right here, and a shotgun microphone with a dead cat on it, which helps suppress the wind noise a little bit. Also, it's directional, so in theory it shouldn't pick up that much sound from behind. It should be more pointed at me. So when I'm hitchhiking and there's cars driving by and there's that loud road noise, the thought is it's pointing more at me, so it'll get more stuff that I'm saying to the camera rather than road noise from behind. Skyline chili. I love chili, so Cincinnati style chili is. I don't know these different types of chili, but I like chili, so something I would be interested in trying. That photo he showed you sucked? Yeah, it didn't make me think that he'd seen like some crazy extraterrestrial being or something like that. Sound chill, you'll love it or you'll hate me for making you try it. I won't hate you for making me try it. I really like trying new things, so even if I hate it, I'll still be happy that I tried it. So I have to try it. I might hate it, it's a possibility, but I'll still be happy I tried it. If I haven't been able to watch for a few days, what's the best thing that's happened to you in the past few days? Marcos, the percussionist from Barrio Manouche, it's a band that they're in, invited me to play, or not to play, I can't play, they invited me to watch their band play in Sausalito, just north of San Francisco, watch them, and then the lead guitarist, Javi, invited me to stay at his place in San Francisco, so I stayed at their place. And then they invited me to see their concert in San Francisco, that was last night. So I saw their concert last night, and then I slept at Javi's place again, and then, that was 2 nights ago. And then yesterday, yeah, we continued on. So that whole experience with Marcos picking me up and seeing the band, staying with Javi, that's probably the best thing that's happened in the past few days. There'll be VODs of that above as well. So we've had some pretty good times the past few days. Hitchhiking becomes more difficult as you get into more cities, like bigger, more developed areas. You can't just stand on any kind of random road and throw your thumb out. You kind of have to plan it a bit more. But all things considered, it's gone great so far. I knew as I get further into California, it becomes more densely populated, which makes hitchhiking more difficult, or just more, yeah, it is more difficult, so, yeah. It's gonna take a lot to outdo Marcos and Javi. Yeah, it definitely will. You don't have to wake up in the morning, so lucky you live in the dream hitch. I wake up with the sun, so I wake up at 6 a.m. when I'm sleeping in my tent. So I don't get that much beauty sleep. sun's already setting, it's getting dark. Like, this is usually around my bedtime. I'm just kind of recapping the day because it was an interesting day. And we have quite a few viewers watching or checking out the channel right now, so I'm just kind of filling you in on how the day went, my feelings about different things, how things have gone, where we're going in the future, that kind of stuff. Because there'll be lots of hitchhiking to come, and I've had a great time these past 30 rides in 14 days. We've done pretty well. Plug in. Actually, yeah, if I'm only yeah, no, this probably makes sense. I'm gonna finish this piece of chicken, then I'll plug in my phone. Do you ever use hammocks instead of tents? No, I've never used a hammock. Don't have anything against them. Just sometimes I'm not gonna, when I just walk into some bushes somewhere, there's not always two sturdy-ish trees that I can, you know, tie off to, so tents just, to me, easier to find a place when you have a variety of places where you're gonna be sleeping. Gonna sleep on the streets tonight? No, usually I try to find some place tucked away in some woods or bushes or something like that where, in theory, no one would find me. I only set up my tent after night, like once it gets actually dark, and then I take it down at very first light in the morning, ideally before everyone's out and about. So hopefully, the thought, I mean, I've done this for 4 years and I've never, well, I've had people stumble upon my tent, but when someone's stumbling through some weird area and they walk upon a tent in the woods, what they do is they turn around and walk the other direction. It's kind of a scary thing, eh? When you walk into the woods and you see some dude camped in a tent, what are you gonna do? You don't know who's in that tent, what they're doing, what their story is, if they're crazy. You leave them alone. Do I have a girl? No. I've tried hitchhiking and doing my traveling stuff while in a relationship, and I've come to the conclusion it doesn't work. So don't do it. My traveling has ended several relationships. They didn't ask for my Twitch username, they have no idea how to find me. But most people I give my business card, I have. Oh yeah, I'm plugging in too. I didn't do it that time. I didn't think they'd like the VOD if they actually checked out. If they actually saw the... if they checked out my channel and saw the VOD of the ride, they'd be able to see you guys chatting in the background. And I don't know if they would have liked that much. So I didn't give them the VOD for that particular reason. Is that the Wicked Chicken box? I don't know, it's like the 5-piece tenders combo, which is good. It looked kind of like the Joseph guy was trying to like read some of the chat sometimes, and that was the only thing that was like making me a little unsure, is when he's telling me all this stuff and you guys are reacting, finding it very funny, which makes sense from our point of view. I thought he might get offended, so I was really hoping that wouldn't happen. If you come through North Carolina, you got me. Appreciate that. I still haven't met any of my viewers yet. I would like to, being a hitchhiker, I meet strangers all day, so I have no problems with meeting random people from the internet, just like I have no problem getting in cars with random strangers off the street. So as I go along, if any kind of the regular viewers are in my path, I have no problem taking a little detour and saying hi. I like meeting people. I'm gonna grab my charging cord and just plug it into there, so that's what I'm doing in my bag. Tucson, Arizona. Yeah, I might be. I'm going through Arizona. I just don't know my route through Arizona, and I'm probably not going to know my route until I'm actually like get picked up by someone. They're like, "Oh, I'm heading this way. You want to tag along?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Yeah, when I went live this morning, yeah, there was, well, people slowly trickled in. It was 0 people, then it was 2 people. Things have escalated since then, as you can probably see. thank you all for watching. It was a very interesting day. And sorry I'm not, usually I read out all the followers, but at the rate things are going right now, I'd just be reading out followers and stuff. What is that? Sleeping Bear, heading out, find some food. Thanks for joining the stream. Yeah, thank you. And thanks for the donation as well. Hope you have a good night. Do you watch NBA? No, I do not. Alright, so up to date with you two. Well, yeah, of course. When I come to Toronto next, or Tobermory, Ontario, I just say Toronto because it's easier. It's in the general vicinity, I think. We're going out for beers, and I owe you a lot, so be prepared to drink thoroughly. You have a safe word or signal for your mods? With drivers, what are they gonna do? I don't have a safe word. What's your final destination gonna be? My final destination is gonna be either me running out of money and having to buy a flight or hitchhike home, or me no longer enjoying it and then deciding not to do it. If I hitchhike around America for a few months and I'm like, that was great, let's keep it going. Why can't it be hitchhiking Europe? Switch things up. There's potential for things to change up and do different things. I hitchhiked all around Europe in 2015, had a great time. I think it would be cool content for it to stream as well. We're starting with America, but there's a lot of world to see. As long as they've got a decently high-speed cellular network, we can do stuff with that. Ricerman sent you Turbo Teabag? Yeah, he sent a lot of people here, so actually Ricerman has helped a ton with getting my channel noticed at all. So I don't think he's here right now, but thank you, Ricerman. Did you talk anymore last night to the guy who did? Not anymore last night. By the time I got home and into the room, everyone was already zonked out. I talked to him a bit this morning. He was actually playing the piano, and he was playing it really well. So I complimented on his piano skills, because I do find people with musical talents or skill, like a learned skill, very impressive. Music's beautiful, so if you can play it well, like, I find it impressive. If you're near Dayton, Ohio, my treat Skyline. Sounds good, my man. You're gonna have to remind me because I've had a few offers for like little places dotted around the states where they're like, if you pass through here, like, let's do this. And I'm like, yes, 100%. But I have the memory of like a goldfish, so so I'm gonna forget the exact offer. But if you refresh my memory as I get closer to different places, for sure, I'd be down for that. I wonder how late this place is open. It's only 8 something. It should be open late-ish. I had a clip on live stream fails on Reddit. That's how you found my stream. What type of clip got clipped on there? I'm curious. I made it to live stream fails. That's interesting. Was it live stream fails doesn't only have fails, it has other things, right? Was it a fail or was it something else? Curious what got put on the live stream fails. Ever been to Wisconsin? No, I haven't. Should I? Oh, come on, oh yeah, we got Wisco Mike in here. He's from Wisconsin. Yeah, and he said that I should come to Wisconsin, so I should come to Wisconsin. Okay, yeah, we did talk about that. We were talking about that in Crescent City, I think. We were talking about the multi-day hike in Tobermory. Okay. Peterborough, okay. I don't know Ontario very well. Don't you get lonely? I travel by meeting people. Hitchhiking is a very social way of traveling. Yes, these are short-term connections. I'm in and out of vehicles. Like the max they are is like 3 days, kind of long, these connections you have with people. But it's a very social way of traveling. Also, I have a lot of my drivers coming back into chat and kind of becoming part of the community. which I think is really cool because I get to stay in contact with them through here, and I give all my drivers like my card, which has my email and stuff like that. So even though I'm only meeting people for short amounts of time at a time, a lot of them are coming back and kind of reconnecting with me through this form of communication, which I think is really cool. I plugged the phone in, so I'm not drawing off my battery, I'm drawing off the wall right now. Hitchhiking across Guam, one ride. Let's do it. I blew right past your digs today. Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, I would like to meet some of my viewers, so I think it would be fun. So yeah, going forward, I'm sorry I blew past your area. Won't be backtracking right now, but I might be back in California. Like, California is the place to be, apparently, so. These are good biscuits. They're really like salty kind of something. It's good. Hitchhike across Darion's Gap. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd get any connection out there. I don't think we'd be able to run a live stream. But yes, that would be an interesting thing. People have told me, like, oh, you should hitchhike from Alaska all the way down to like southern Chile. I'm like, yeah, that'd be cool. But there's, yeah, like a 200-kilometer gap there between Panama and Colombia, where there's no developed really road, and it's kind of controlled by people growing cocaine. Probably not the best for hitchhiking. So I think if I was going to do that, I'd have to get to southern Panama and hitch a ride on a boat to Colombia or something like that. Good night, Killslot. Thanks for the kind words. I'll be as safe as I can. I try. Here, Canadians treat Mexicans with respect and provide jobs for people on work visas, temporary that is, by the book. Yeah, as far as I know, the people that do get temporary work visas in Canada do get treated quite well. I think it's difficult to get one. Not like they don't allow that many people to get them. So if you get lucky and you get the temporary work visa, then I think you get treated quite well. I could be wrong. I'm not an expert on that at all. You should get license plates for any of your car. Yeah, maybe I'll start showing you guys the license plates. Although that's kind of like doxing the driver, because you can do license plate lookups, and that is kind of like, I've heard recommendations that people kind of do that. When I first started hitchhiking, I kind of did that, but I don't think so. I talk to my drivers before I get in, and I kind of just trust my gut on that. Also, you guys keep me safe as well, because before I get in, I ask permission if I can live stream this, if they're okay with a video and audio being recorded in the car. And if someone had any bad intentions, they wouldn't want you guys around. So I've lost 3 rides on this trip so far because of this, which I thought 3 is like nothing. In 30 rides, I was thinking 25% of the rides I'd lose. So we've only lost 3 rides out of 30 because of it being recorded. But I always ask for permission. But I think you guys keep me safer. I don't think hitchhiking is that dangerous, but I think you guys keep me even safer. Found you through the live stream fail post. Is that what the live stream fail post was about? The vampire? With the one fang and the thing to... Yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna have to check that out. Oh, okay. Actually, I don't know if someone in the chat can claim ownership of that, but I heard someone say, ask them about vampires. So I tried to tie back into that without just being like, what do you think about vampires? I tried to bring up like, what kind of like mythical beings and beasts do you guys like know of, and like, what is it about that? But yeah, we talked about vampires. Hills of Eyes looking dudes. Talking about glowing vampires or some shit, yeah. No, that was a fun stream. Or a fun ride for me. I don't mind meeting like weird people. You meet weird people wherever you go, like occasionally. That's been the weirdest or strangest ride on the trip so far. Ride number 30. But I thought it was. I had a fun time. I don't know if you noticed it for people that were watching, but I was just asking leading questions. So they were talking about some crazy stuff about some Illuminati or something like that, and I'd just be like, "Wow, that's interesting. Tell me more." That kind of stuff. I found it fun. Yes, this chicken is very good, actually. I've never had Popeyes before. You guys remind me of that Chainsaw Massacre scene? Yeah, I screened them before I got in. When they first pulled over, with like the van with like the spray painted windows and shit, I'm like, ooh, ooh. But once we said a few sentences, like I could tell they were like obscure people, but my gut told me that they were fine. They didn't mean anyone any harm. They're just, I don't know, interesting people. They're someone doing something other than like it's a very generous thing they're doing. They see a stranger on the side of the road. They're not going to get anything out of this, but they help you out. They take you in the direction you're trying to get to. So I don't want to insult them, and for sure there'd be some trollish kind of text-to-speech donations or something like that. That would happen. So not when I'm in a car. I don't mind text-to-speech when I'm just like walking down the street or something like that, but we'd have to be able to turn that on and off quite easily. Good communicator saw my taxi cab confessions. You draw the people in. Thank you. I've never been much of a public speaker, one to like, I don't know. I've been a quiet person for most of my life, so it's nice to hear that. You think I'm a good communicator. It's probably bad that trolls will be a real hazard in regards to his rides. Yeah, I can't integrate text-to-speech and people picking me up hitchhiking. That just cannot happen. Yeah. I know. We're putting your tent tonight. I still have to figure that out. Just a lot happened today, so we're doing a recap. I keep getting distracted because I'm trying to keep up with chat. Usually my chat's pretty for my. Usually I'd only have like 7 to 20 people viewing, and for that many people, I think I have a pretty active chat. But with almost 90 people, it's hard for. I'm still getting used to being able to keep up with you guys, so I'll get there. He's got time to burn anyways, still early. Albeit usually I scout out a place to set up my my tent. Just eat. See, but then it'd just be a live stream of me eating. Well, there's lots to talk about. I can find a place to stay. Usually, I scout out a place to camp before it's truly dark, and I set down once it's actually dark. It's already fully dark, so we're already kind of behind schedule. Like, this is around the time when I'd be like going to bed. I don't hitchhike at night. Once the sun goes down, that's my time for sleeping. And then I wake up at 6 in the morning when the sun comes up, or when it first gets light. So. Do you watch any streamers? Since I used to play a lot of Xbox when I was in high school. Once I finished high school and moved off to college, I never plugged in my Xbox again. I don't know why, it just stopped. But I still found it relaxing to watch people play video games. So since 2012, when I went to college and stuff like that, I would occasionally have phases of checking out Twitch TV. So throughout the years, I've watched lots of different games and stuff like that. There's no like particular streamers where I was super consistent with throughout the years. I would just kind of pick a game that I found relaxing or entertaining and watch that. Like, I used to watch StarCraft 2 streams a long time ago. It seemed to have dropped off the map a little bit lately. Hearthstone puts me to sleep like no other. Same with League, puts me to sleep. World of Tanks puts me to sleep. RuneScape puts me to sleep. Like, yeah, I don't play games anymore, but I enjoy watching people play games. I find it really relaxing. I've liked watching people play video games my whole life. Snore stone. And now since I've kind of quit playing games, I still enjoy watching people. If you're an awesome guy and you're Canadian, that makes you exotic. People are given a hell of an experience with this platform. Thank you. Yeah, I think this is an interesting experience to anyone that hasn't hitchhiked or anything like that. You get a little glimpse into what the life is like. I've been doing this a long time. I'm calling 4 years a long time. I think it's a long time for straight hitchhiking. But yeah, I hope you guys get a cool experience out of it. Because like everyone in my kind of family and friend group like knew that I was out just hitchhiking around these weird places. But I don't think they ever got to see what that was like. I'd tell them some stuff, I'd tell them the occasional story and stuff, but you don't really get the feel for it. I feel like you guys get the feel for what I'm doing. So thank you for hanging around and checking it out. You plan to compile this whole endeavor in a docu-blog when it's all done. That sounds like a good idea. I haven't made any plans to do that yet, but that sounds like a good idea. And for some reason he subbed to me. Yeah, well, Impact, again, this stream would not, pretty much, it would exist, it just wouldn't be where we're at right now without you. So, of course I'm going to subscribe to you. You've helped me out a ton, from like day 4 or whatever. He's set up like all my Discord stuff, all the info, like the bars of, so it looks a little prettier and stuff like that. Everything on the back end, everything about the channel that isn't actually directly me live streaming is pretty much set up by Impact Velocity, so he deserves all our thanks. Where I see myself in 10 years, I have no fucking clue. None at all. ASMR puts you to sleep. I've never watched any ASMR stuff. Yeah, maybe I'll get a stereo directional mic and I'll whisper on both sides. Yeah, like I won't be hitchhiking in 10 years, that's for sure. And I agree, it's a good question. I just haven't planned out that far. For those that have watched this channel for a while, I don't really make strict plans, I just do stuff. People are like, where are you going? I'm like, south for now, and then at some point I guess I'll go east, and then at some point I guess I'll go north. Like, I don't make plans, I just go. I like not having a plan. It makes things interesting. Keeps you on your toes, turns each day into a bit of an adventure. I have no idea where I'm going to end up. I didn't know I was going to be in Santa Maria today. I had no fucking clue. I was in Santa Cruz. Don't deliver on that subscription. You get no emote. Damn it, man. Hitchhiked in the late 70s and the spirit's in itself for sure. It's interesting to see you do the same in present day America. Yeah, I don't think humans have changed that much. Like, humans are still humans. Yes, there's some cultural differences and stuff like that, but for whatever reason, hitchhiking went out of fashion like long ago now. And I still think it's a very valid way of traveling around, a very like adventurous, free way of traveling around. I don't think it deserves the bad reputation it has. Most of the people I see hitchhiking are hitchhiking because they need to hitchhike. You rarely see people that are hitchhiking because they want to. And I think if you're a patient person, if you like meeting kind of new people, if you like the unknown kind of factor of it, I think you might enjoy hitchhiking, and I think it's a rewarding way of traveling. You make it across the country, you have enough content to write a book. Dude, I've hitchhiked across 25 countries. I hope by now I have enough content in my brain to write a book, but I've never been a writer at all. I've been picked up 700 times. You meet a lot of interesting people in that many rides. Restaurant streams the Chippy restaurant he owns and runs. Go check it out if you're in it. Yeah, I'd like to check it out. I did check out his stream and he says he doesn't show people where it is. So I can like IRL stream myself going to his restaurant. Well, I could like if I was already in it and like didn't give up the location, and I think that'd be really cool. He's helped this channel grow a lot. Like he kind of boosted me up in viewers significantly. Like he's hosted me several times and helped me grow a ton. So a significant part of my growth is due to Ricerman and his hosts. So how's the Popeyes chicken? Really good. Never had Popeyes. It's good. I carry a knife. I use it for cutting cardboard. It's a utility knife. The Popeyes chicken closed at 11. Okay, we got lots of time. Cool. Thanks for checking that out. No, I wasn't sure if like the inside closes earlier or anything like that. But yeah. All right. So you know what? During this whole recap, we haven't talked about Hector, the second ride of the day. What an awesome dude. He's had a rough life. He's had a rough go at things. But man, his like mentality, as far as like helping people and just his outlook on everything, was really refreshing. He was just a really nice guy. Again, that'll be in VOD. But Hector's a really nice guy. Yeah, good guy. Like, I carry a knife with me because when you're like living outside and like doing stuff outside, you should have a knife on you. Hector was low-key such a deep man with such a beautiful vibe. I agree. He said some really deep things, but everything was just like, he talked about his dark past and stuff like that, but it all tied back to how he's changed his life and where he's at now and his mentality now. Just an awesome dude. In Africa, and there were blue buses that was the only way to get far, and people would always get killed over seats because that was the only way to get to the border, pretty much. It's pretty different than here. That doesn't sound like a fun time. He was a certified beauty, some would say. A beauty, maybe even a legend. Yeah, Hector was a really cool guy. Just got back done looking back at some of your road trip today. I don't know if I would have gotten that van or not. Yeah, that was the weirdest ride of the trip so far. So that was again, I just have to trust my gut. When they pulled over in that van, I wasn't sure about it. My spidey senses were tingling. I was like, might have to turn this guy down. But I talked to him. I got a decent vibe from the way he talked to me and just about my general questions, and I decided that I was comfortable with how they presented themselves to me. So my gut told me that they were okay. They were just interesting, and it turns out being that was pretty correct. They're interesting, but yeah. Right, I'm in Popeyes. No, I'm in Santa Maria, California. Kind of stuff to ask them. We're talking about the guys in the van. We were talking like conspiracy theories, weird religious things. Dude in the back, Joseph, was like saying how he's been abducted several times by aliens. Also, the guy in the front said he's been like abducted and aliens fixed his knee pain. Interesting is a nice way to put it, yeah. What happens when the money runs out, move back home with the parents? I would give up on the trip while I still have a bit of a safety net, and then I'd fly or hitchhike or get back home, pick a city, establish myself there, get a cheap room in a house, get a job, make more money. That's what I would do. I've lived in several different places the past few years, just kind of doing my thing. Did they smell? Well, one of them had just had a shower, like near where they picked me up, I think. The driver hadn't, but he didn't smell that bad. He was fine. Were you asking like what made me feel comfortable? I don't know. It was just gut instinct based off how they respond to my questions. I asked like just, hey, how's your day going? Whereabouts you headed to? That kind of like just a general question, and I get a good enough response from that makes me comfortable or not comfortable with how they responded. So yeah, I just made a judgment call based off of a few sentences said back and forth. Have you considered living in a van? I like hitchhiking, that's why I'm doing this. So I haven't really considered living in a van because I enjoy hitchhiking. The unknown nature of it, the social aspect of it, the meeting different people all the time. Like, I'm doing it because I like it. Maybe that sounds weird, but I enjoy hitchhiking. If I wasn't doing this live stream, I would still be hitchhiking. I'd just be doing it slightly differently because I wouldn't have a camera with me. So I like hitchhiking. If you make it to Ohio, just wait for the stuff I will talk about. You got some cool stories. River speaks from the soul. River, you know, he said some crazy stuff, but he said some deep things too. American spell equals extra large in Europe. I agree. This is at least a medium in Canada. It's probably a large in some places. The biscuits are really good. They're like a weird kind of salty, yeah, they're good. How much gear have you got? This is my heaviest bag of the trip, or of any trip I've taken. This is my stuff. There's an antenna on top of there, help boost my signal. I think my base weight's 60-ish pounds, which is not light. Usually I'm carrying a lot less weight than that. I don't have very much ultralight gear. I do work in the outdoor industry, so I have okay gear. I got pro deals and stuff like that gave me access to cheaper gear. Some of the gear's okay. Like, I got this backpack for free from Osprey. My tent is a Marmot Tungsten 1P. I love that tent. It's a nice neutral green color. For my purposes, that's beautiful. It's hard to find a neutral colored tent. Most tents are fluorescent for obvious reasons. You either want to find your tent, or if something goes wrong, you want people to be able to find your tent. So I get why companies don't make neutral green colored tents, but for my purposes, it's nice to have. Was it you that told me to get the biscuits and they were good? Yeah. Well, this combo came with a biscuit, and I asked for a biscuit, and they're like, yeah, we can give you two. I'm like, oh, it already comes with a biscuit. So I would have tried it without that, but I asked about biscuits because of you. You worked for the U.S. government for 10 years. You bet you have a few things to talk about? Yeah, I bet you do. I'm always into some crazy stories. You have the crazy stories about Africa and things people will tell you. That's interesting. I want to check out Africa a bit more. I've been to Johannesburg. I was pretty much there on a layover though. It doesn't even count. I can't even say I've been to Africa. When people are like, where have you been? I don't mention Africa because I had a layover in Johannesburg. So. Osprey makes some of the best packs for hiking, don't they? They make some really good stuff. Mine's an Aether 60. I really like a lot of features on it. A lot of really convenient things. It's not the lightest bag in the world. It's not. There's a lot of lighter bags. It really depends what you're looking to get out of it. But yeah, it's an awesome bag. My one thing I hate about it is it doesn't stand up well. So when I place my bag down and I'm trying to hitchhike, it's just like, no, I'm gonna fall down. Or I'm gonna fall this way. It's pretty annoying. Where do you spend your nights? In my tent. In the woods, in the bushes, wherever. Albeit last night I spent the night in a hostel in Santa Cruz. You go bike packing, and it's my favorite way to travel. You don't rely on any cars or pickups. You're cycling around and camping whenever you feel like. And I think I would enjoy that quite a bit too. I've always kind of, I don't know, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like really appreciated or like thought it was really cool the process of like bike packing, like long distance bike touring. The point of getting from A to B under your own person power, your own two legs, are driving you to a destination far away, and again, like the same freedom. You can go where you want to, you can stop where you want to, you can do whatever you want to. I do really like the social, the waiting for rides and meeting these people aspect of hitchhiking. I think I will do some bike touring at some point in my life. Right now, I really do like my hitchhiking. Neutral color tents are best for camping wild. You have a Bengal Banshee, light and shallow, so easy to hide. Yeah. Yeah, my tent isn't actually that shallow, which is both a pro and a con. It's nice because I can like sit up on my, like, if I'm on my butt, I can like sit up fully and do stuff in the tent if I need to. But yeah, the downside is if you're just camping in some like small brush or something like that, you could be popping out. When I first started hitchhiking, I just used a bivy bag. I used the old military surplus Gore-Tex bivy bag, which was like Woodlands camo. That's about as discreet as you can get. You could like climb to that thing and jump in some bushes and call it a night. Should go hang out with Ice. Not on Twitch, they'd ban me, wouldn't they? Notice that Canadians love to travel, even more so than Americans. I don't think, but no one matches the traveling instincts of Australians, I don't think. I think Australians are the most, no matter where you go in the world, Australians are there, except for Moscow. When I was in Moscow, I stayed at a two hostels, yeah, in 3 nights, and there was no Australians. There's none of your like regular traveling like countries. There's no other Canadians. There was no Americans. There was no Germans. There was nothing. Or there wasn't nothing. There was like people from. There's quite a few people from Brazil. Apparently, Brazil and Russia have an agreement that they can get into each other's countries visa-free. How a lot of visa kind of issues, at least from what I've heard and what I've seen, is like one country will be like, we'll let your country or people from your country into our country visa-free, and the other country's like, oh, that's cool, we'll do the same to you. It's kind of like, if you do this, we'll do the same. And if you impose restrictive kind of things about immigration or like tourism, then the country will do the same back to you. But yeah, Canadians love traveling. Where do you hitchhike from? This trip, like this live stream trip, started in Port Angeles, Washington, so northern Washington state. I took a ferry from Victoria, British Columbia, which is on Vancouver Island, to Port Angeles, and that was day 1 of the stream. Hitchhiking America day 1 was Port Angeles, and we've been working our way south, and we're at ride 30 now, and we've come pretty far. It's because Canada's terrible, so they love to travel elsewhere, pretty much. No one wants to go to Canada, right? How do you shower? Do you usually end up paying for it? The longest I've gone on this trip without showering is like 4, maybe 5 days. I shower when people give me an opportunity to shower. People invite me in. 2 nights on this trip, I've stayed in a motel for different reasons. And then last night I stayed at a hostel, so I got a shower last night. So 3 nights out of 14 I've stayed in paid accommodation, which is a lot more than I usually do. Usually I avoid paying for accommodation at like all costs. But on this trip I've been, for a few different reasons. There's been a few nights where I'm like, fuck, just bite the bullet and pay for a place. Just cheap motels, I think they're like $50 a night. I try to brush my teeth every night and every morning though. I try to keep my dental hygiene good even when I'm out in the bush. You're a hiking gear fanatic. Yeah, you got some good stuff. You just pay full retail for it, my man. You spend a small fortune on it. Before I did this, I had to do some IRL. I did like what you call market research. I had to look at what other people were doing in the IRL world, and you know, So I've seen the different types of people that have done their live streams. Maybe because Russia hates Westerners. Maybe if you're saying Russia as in like the government of Russia, maybe that's correct, maybe it's not, I don't know. But I can tell you from hitchhiking from the Latvian-Russian border to Vladivostok on the East Coast, Russians don't hate Canadians, and I don't think they don't hate Americans either. They ask me if I'm American because, I don't know, Canadians and Americans look pretty similar and we sound pretty similar. But, you know, I'd be like, yes, Kanadsky. They'd be like, oh, Kanadsky. I'm like, yeah, do I have to stop in Vladivostok? They're like, Vladivostok. Russians were very nice. Russia is really easy for hitchhiking. Actually, hitchhiking is pretty common in Russia. You get picked up pretty quickly once you get, you know, outside of like Moscow. Things are really spread out, so you get long rides. Hitchhiking is pretty easy. My instinct to stay away from him to not get banned is good. That's good. Four or five, yeah, that was only once. That was my longest gap, and that was when Marcos picked me up and brought me to like the concert thing, and I'm like, you know, it's been like 4 days or something like that, but I think I still smell okay. And then when I was in the restaurant and watching their concert and stuff like that, I think I mentioned on stream, I'm like, okay, maybe I'm not that good anymore. I think I might be able to pick up what I'm putting down. But then I got an offer from the lead guitarist and vocalist from the band, Javi, to stay at his place, so I got a shower the next morning. So that was appreciated. How many times have you been sexually propositioned on your journey? It doesn't happen very often. Anytime that has happened, if that's something I'm not interested in, everyone's been fine with just a simple like change of topic. They get the point, kind of thing. Ever been to Scandinavia? Yeah, I hitchhiked through Norway, Sweden, and Denmark in 2015. Actually, I'll give you the quick country rundown for my Okay. I've hitchhiked in these countries in this order: Canada, Ireland, Wales, England, Scotland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Germany, Netherlands, Belgium, Luxembourg, France, Switzerland, Liechtenstein, Austria, Slovenia, Croatia, Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Russia, Japan, United States, Australia. So, yes, I have been to Scandinavia, and I had a great time there. And English is very widely spoken there, so that helped me out a ton. Flying shower would probably be one of the main sticking points for travel. I pay the $7 for a truck stop shower. Yeah. That makes sense. And we were talking with River and Joseph in the last ride. They were going to a truck stop to pay for a shower. They were going to do that. Military surplus is so good for cheap hiking. Yeah. Military is great because it's durable stuff. The downside is it's heavy because I guess the military mindset is we want something that's pretty durable, and we don't care how much weight these guys have to carry. They can handle it. They're in the military. You're supposed to carry 100+ pound bags. I mean, you've worked in an auto shop, you learn to embrace the dirtiness, right? Just accept being dirty. You're gonna be dirty sometimes. I try to, yeah, he was self-conscious about whether he smelled on Friday night. Yeah, when I'm out, I was in a very nice, expensive neighborhood, like Sausalito, just north of San Francisco, in this like nice restaurant thing, and I was like streaming like the band playing and stuff like that, and I was like really enjoying it, and I'm like, shit, I'm in like a nice place with people out on a whatever Friday night. I might smell a little bit. That was like 4 days without showering. Yeah, it was a while. See ya later, MV Kabam. I still don't know how I'm supposed to pronounce your name, but I go with a different route every time.